Happy Thursday, happy trading. Nothing I'd rather be doing than trading these markets. Let's go over first which stock had the greatest flow. It's not going to be XOM. C. It's not going to be C. Intel. It's not Intel. Merck. It's not Merck. It was Uber. It was Walmart. It was Walmart. Walmart had the greatest flow. As you can see, flat, narrow state, elephant bar, off to the races. Let's go over our trades that we made. Let's start with C. Delete. So here we made our mistake. Let's start with the beginning of the stock though. We're looking at narrow state, close 20 and flat 200, Fab 4. The issue is we kind of have a straggler. It went all the way below and then it went up, so we don't know what to expect. It ended up getting right here, and we consider this in the moment an elephant bar, and we bought in, and it put us in right here, even though we bought right here. And then we just had to hold until the elephant bar was closed. So in an ideal situation, that we wouldn't have bought that elephant bar. Maybe if we would have had, it would have been closer to the 20. You might be able to rationalize it looking at the 5. We tried to buy a green bar takeout. If we would have bought the green bar takeout right here, that would have been a better buy, and then flowed that way up. Or if we would have looked at it like the 200 is a squiggly line, and we have a previous day's close right here, and we bought a green bar takeout right there. And then we got this move up, up, up. But buying this as an elephant bar was a bad move. So that was probably the worst trade of the day today. And we keep moving. We're at 11. Nothing's going to probably happen. It does seem to be going down, but still. We're at 14. Maybe some movement might happen. That's a rather big bar. Nope. Taken out pretty quickly. These 3 bars in a row, 4 bars in a row might be qualified as a elephant bar. set the stop, and if you include the tail as well, you have a rather serious downward move. Set the stop, goes up, and look at that, goes down. But another way to look at it is position of power. Red bar, takeout, green bar, red bar, takeout, green bar. But the earliest way to look at it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 with this tail bar. So you could even do those 3 bars right there. That's a rather big move compared to the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. That's a pretty large bar. So next one would be XOM. XOM, we have a Fab 4, it starts down. You could look at it as a sell, but in an ideal situation, the red would be above, the blue would be below. Keep that in mind. Not always, but in an ideal situation, you'd be starting out at a position 2. Position 2, it can go up or it can go down. If you did sell this, you'd set the stop here and it would have stopped you out. So, but keep in mind it's position 2, so it can go up or down. This tail is a pretty big tail. A move like that, you could qualify that as a green bar. Qualify both of them as a green bar. You'd be looking at a pretty big green bar. You'd play it up and get a move like that. I didn't do that. What I tried to do is I thought flat 200. The stock is running into the 200. Color change right on the 200. I did a sell right here and I measured that off. It was only 10, 12 cents. Nice little easy quick gain. But it nicked me out really quick, so I didn't get that one. But in this situation, I think it's just a 2. Twos are harder. It's 1s and 3s are easier than 2s. So we're going to move forward. You have a elephant bar, I would say, or a green bar takeout right on a 200. That's playable. You would have got all the way up there. That's a nice play. That's an elephant bar. You gotta play that. Sell into it. Set the stop. Measure it out. 8.90, maybe 40 cents. whatever. You can play with 40 cents, however you want to play it. But let's say you did a 40 cents and you got from 55 to 54, so $1, so doubled. And that's if it doesn't go down further. If you missed that elephant bar right here, you had off the 200, you could have played that move right there. And if you missed that move too, you could have played a green bar takeout right here and got a little nibble of this. What we tried to do is we missed this, and we missed this. So we anticipated getting this a little bit more. And at first it was a red bar. And we were playing this as a red bar takeout green bar. And it didn't work and it went up. And didn't know what to do in this area. Right here, I saw a green bar off of a 200, and this had a position of power, and this was a flat 20 and a flat 200. So as soon as this green bar right here was above this red bar, we bought into it, and we went ahead and set our stop below the 200 just because the 200 was going to serve as support. As soon as we did that, it went up. We got out pretty quickly, right when it had prior resistance, and then we left it in a little bit and then got out a little bit more. But had we not, it went flying up, but then it went crashing back down. So who's to say we were wrong? Next is Walmart, and that was, of course, the stock of the day. There's not too much to say about this one. We just missed it. We missed the beginning of the market this morning. No, we missed the open for the most part. You see how this is close on the 5. That gives you the indicator something's happening. And you have the narrow state here, Fab 4. You get this first bar right here. Measure it. Like I said, it's only 30, 40 cents. Buy into that. Get all of that. What we tried to do is we saw this tail bar right here. Right here, we said, hey, maybe that's the top. So we sold. At first it was working, but then it went against us. We got out. We sold again. That's why you got the additional sell bar there, then bought again to get out everything. But then it's just up to the moon. And this is pretty flat, pretty wavy, so it's just going to go back and forth. $14, we're back in the market. And this isn't really going to do anything. Next one is Intel. That's the 29th. Here's the 30th. until looking at the 5-minute, you see that this was yesterday. It had its run day. So looking at the 5-minute, if you see a move like this, I would think it's going to go down. But here's how the Fab 4 was. Realistically, the Fab 4 is like this. And if it's like this, it just means avoid it. It's going to be in the trap zone. We don't know what it's going to do in the trap zone. You can play the bottoms of the trap zones or the tops of the trap zones. Or if you wanted, you could just play a trifecta. So it would have just been this right here. Erase this. You get this, but it went past and through. So it would have been a straggler, so you wouldn't have known which way to play it anyway. But you could have said, hey, large red bar, play it down. But I'm just going to stick with avoiding that and keeping this. There's other things that are better to play than to deal with something like this. Let's just say that. So let's say I shouldn't have even dealt with this, where I dealt with it. I tried to do a position of power, flat 200, and a red bar takeout of a green bar. But had I really been paying attention and thought about it like this, I shouldn't have played this. It just was too close to the area of, Fab 4. Now, once we move along here, we do get this right here. I don't know. That's technically a I just lost my train of thought. Bull 180. Technically, that's a bull 180. But I don't know if it's in the best location. But maybe it is, It's the strongest position you could play, so you kind of have to play it. So you play the bull 180, and then you get that. That's a nice move. And I guess if you're saying, hey, I tried to play the bear or the green bar the red bar takeout, and it got denied. And then after that, a bull 180. So if that doesn't happen, something that you think should happen, then the opposite's probably bound to happen. And then you get the signal for the opposite to happen. That's a good indication that it will happen. Now, keep in mind, you can get off the previous day's close. You can get some kickback off of this. Maybe you get a bear 180 off of this if you combine these bars. And it goes down and it stops at a flat 200. And now you're looking at a flat 20 and a flat 200. And those are the real positions we really look for. That's where moves happen out of. So do we get a move? Do we get a move? That looks like a move you would try to play. So try to play that, set the stop. That's about, 30 cents. You get a little move. then a bigger move. So that would have been nice from here to here. This I would consider a sell. I think I would consider a sell with just this one, but definitely with this. Let's combine them. So 25, 50 maybe, so 70 cents, 80, probably give it 90 or 100, give it $1. So $1. Nope. It went down. I mean, it did go down, but it bounced right back up, and it's above the 50 mark. So it's probably not going to go further down. Ooh, it did. Wow. Wow. So that right there would have been worth a sell. Or not all of that, but that right there would have been worth a sell. That would have been worth a sell alone. And even this would have been worth a sell if you get all of this. So what I did next is I saw a tail bar. I did a buy here. It went up for a little bit, and it was towards the end of the day, so I just got out. Keep in mind my stop was here. It went down, and then it, boom, took it out and went all the way up again. So that would have been a great trade, but it was the end of the day. It never hit my stop though. So gotta start respecting the stops a lot more than I have been. Next is Uber. Uber, it looks like this is a wide state on the 5, and now it's a narrow state. So it goes wide, narrow, back to wide. So you might have had an indication that it was going to go wide again. But keep in mind, you would have said, hey, Fab 4 right here, right? Maybe it dropped below, it went below. You would have had to set your stop right here. And keep in mind, these aren't really, the 20 and the 200 aren't really close, and it'd be more ideal if the red was above and the blue was below. Nevertheless, if you set your stop here and you got in somewhere here, even if you got in here, you would have made a profit with a trade like this. Now, you would have tried to catch the whale, but it got rejected. And you get I'm going to say a 70% bear one, or 80% bull 180. Set the stop right there, and it takes off. Because this would have, yeah, you would say going for the whale, pull back, you'd sell right here, it's going down, then you get the resistance right here, and that just happens to be a bull 180, and that rides that up to here. And what we try to do is what we ended up trying to do is we tried to play position of power, green bar takeout, red bar right here. And as soon as we did, it went against us. We tried in this bar right here because at first it was green and then it went against us. Now it's flat. This is perfect because you want, this is where our best moves come from. I'd say maybe play that, set the stop. Nope. Definitely play that. Set the stop. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Yeah, that would have been heartbreaking. That's a rough one to play. But I mean, if you set as long as you played by the rules, I mean, you set the stop. You probably would have set the stop here. It went up. And it went up. And you're like, dang, you would have got out right there. You would have saw this one. This would have went down again. You probably would have played it down, set the stop. It went up again. Green bar right above a 200. You would have bought and got in. This. The stop is below the red. This. They're still good. I'd say that and that might be the largest red, so maybe set a stop right here with a sell. And that's I was going to say, that kind of killed it, but that's the end of the day anyway. Next stock is Merck. Merck, you're looking at close 20 and 200 on the 5, so you're expecting a large move. Fab 4 is like this. Your first bar is this. It goes up and down. So you're pretty much avoiding it because you don't know what it's going to do. It's probably not going to go down, even though it went down. I mean, Oliver hasn't said it, but it seems like when it does this, it goes up and then it goes down. It goes the opposite way of whichever way eventually, but I can't really say that for certain. I don't know the numbers. I don't know. So I would just avoid it for a while until you see a play. Now this is a thin state right here. So those are like the positions you really want to pay attention to. And you get an elephant bar off this, I'd buy into it. Set the stop. It's only 10 cents. That'd be a nice play. You could combine 3 of these, 4 of these bars and be like, that's larger than anything we've seen. Sell, set the stop. What's it do? No. I went too far. This and this is what we like to see. So do we get any moves from that? We did get a green bar that cleared everything to the left. So buy, set the stop. Looks like we'd be stopped out. This is a pretty large red bar compared to anything we've had in the last 5. So sell that, set the stop. We got a nice move down. And it continues. So that one, if you really look at it, that was a macro whale. I didn't take any economics classes, man. So what we did is we sold right here, and we just sold here because we figured that was coming off of a 20, and we got out real quick, but we could have held on a little bit longer, it looks like. And that's the end of the day. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. Till next time.